Right, so the first step will be to rip apart the old board. So let's just break into that. And now this is the new board, which I will try to populate. And yes, it is ridiculously huge, but it should be kind of cool. So I have a vague plan drawn up, if you can see that. Very childishly drawn, but so I'm going to try and follow that and make it up as I go along otherwise. So let's just take a look. Right, I still want the looper to be in the top corner. I still want the polytune to be the input at the bottom right hand corner. I need to get some more Velcro in a minute, but I want this guy down here to control the various sections. I thought I might keep my tap here next to the control. My silencer I thought might go here, and the 7-up down here. The boost was going to be next, although kind of thinking about that I'm not sure. I was going to have boost and then compressor, but I think it might be better with the compressor before the boost. Then I'm not sure if I'm going to add in this weirdo, the Uber Metal, because it's a terrible pedal, but it might be cool to have anyway. That'll require a very long cable in the way I'm doing it though. So we'll leave it aside for now. So then I was going to have my Distortions. That would also require a very long cable run. I might have to make new cables. We'll burn that bridge when we come to it. Right, so Earthquaker Devices clone, then my God City Instruments Brutalist, then the Sledgehammer, then my Vermin, my Rat clone. Then I was thinking I would add my EQ at the end of the gain stage. Then ARP87 will be up here with the tap down here to control it. The Polara will go after the delay. Then my Zoom, that's not going to work because the cables need to get in behind it. And then the external controller for my loop station I thought would go up here. And then because I have room, I guess I could just throw that in somewhere. Nice. Just rearrange things a bit to make them look nicer, I suppose. To give enough room to hit the pedals on this and to plug this in. Yeah, that kind of works. Bit of room for expansion. Not that I really need any more pedals, but yeah, we'll be building another one that size. It's going to be a chorus. It'll probably go up here. And I'm getting a fuzz of some sort for sure at some point. Or building one, I'm not 100%. I was thinking maybe that bearing or clone of the, I can't remember the name, Ultra Fuzz 3000 or something. So that'll go somewhere on the board. And there's room for those things. And then there's room to take some things that I don't use off and replace them with better things. So I'm gonna find some Velcro and stick everything down properly. And then I can look at wiring it up. Okay, so I just realized that this won't work in this configuration because the power supply, well, one of the power supplies, I'm going to have to use two power supplies. My Harley Benton power plant and my OJ Strymon, or my Strymon OJ, sorry. But the power plant, unfortunately, will not fit here. Annoyingly, it'll barely not fit. Just these 4 screws are the only things preventing it from slotting in perfectly, because if it was the other way around, it slides in perfectly. But the actual power jacks are not accessible. So I'm going to have to take everything off and move this bar down one. But that's not that big of a deal. It's just a minor inconvenience. Then after that, I'm thinking I might rearrange things a bit. Some of the cable runs are going to be very long in this configuration, so I might just reorganize it a tad, make it a bit easier. I think this guy might move down here, this guy over here. Just consolidate things a bit. So, firstly, I'll get cracking with, I have to take everything off. Well, the top row for sure, and this. And then put my power plant in and see will it actually fit. Okay, so let's rethink the board. I could change it a little so that this stuff is actually at the bottom, because these are kind of going to be always on and I want to be able to control them. Keep it in the same or the similar configuration. I want this at the bottom because I want to be able to control it very easily. And then polytune I still want at the start for sure. Leave tap there. I'm thinking I might do the cable run so it goes up, down kind of thing. Leave enough room for the cable to be hidden there. We'll try and keep it in the same vague configuration. Right, so polytune, silencer, octaver, boost, compressor, then into this switcher. And the switcher was going to be going up to this next distortion. And that was going to go back into the switcher so I could bypass that completely. And the next loop was going to start on the Earthquaker Devices clone, which would then go out to the Brutalist and put up here, and then into the Sledgehammer Distortion, which then goes to my Vermin Rat Clone, which then goes into my EQ, graphic EQ, which seems to have a broken lid right now, but it's fine. I put some extra tape on this one. Some extra line there will do. In fact, I might leave off that altogether, it's pointless. Yeah, the battery compartment on that is just, it's loose and it just gets in the way and it kind of protrudes. What's that the word? It's too big for the enclosure. It causes a bump on the back, which is just a pain for adding Velcro and sticking it down because it's never properly flat, which is just ridiculous. I mean, why would they build it like that? I don't know. Right, so that's all going to 2, then 3 was going to be all of this stuff, so that's okay as it is. Then I was going to try and fit this guy here, and then my control switch can go above it. That actually looks a bit better, it's more spread out. The empty space is more spread out, so it doesn't look quite so sparse in places. And there's still room to expand. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So the next step is to wire it all up. Hopefully I won't need to build any cables now that I've shortened some of the runs. But we'll see. So now I'll just wire it up with the audio jacks. Right, that's all wired up as far as the audio cables go. I don't have any need for this if the delay is going to be down at the bottom, because I can just hit the tap on it. And it's another long cable run. Not too happy with this cable. I need to get a proper stereo patch. This is just an audio cable with 2 1/4-inch adapters on it. and it's jutting out pretty far, and it's too long for a start. And I'm not using one of my switch loops, so I think I might reorganize it sometime down the line, maybe split my distortion in half. In thirds now, technically, because this distortion is going in there. But for now, it's fine. It'll work. That's the main thing. So now the next thing is to wire up the power, which is another big job, really. So yeah. Now, in order to mount the power supply, they give you these little brackets that are attached and some like elastic band things, but that doesn't seem very secure to me, so I'm going to put down some Velcro. Now, I didn't have any new Velcro lying around, so this is recycled from an old pedal board, so I'm going to have to hot glue it, but ideally you would have some new Velcro to put down. Now, just measure out roughly how much I need. Doesn't have to be too exact, just enough to hold the power supply down. It's going to go roughly here, on the back here, so that this can slot in here. And obviously the same on the other side. It's actually stuck fairly well. I might not need to use hot glue. Oh no, I will just be careful. And then I want to push my OJ here, I think. So you need to do the same thing, just with a smaller strip. Where did that strip go? So now they should be pretty solid. just want to take off the old Velcro that was on this. Now the main support will be on this side. Okay, I have just realized that I made a pretty big mistake in that these three pedals are now after my looper, and if I'm going to be looping things I want all of the effects on before it gets recorded. So I'm going to have to redo this again, which is a pain. That's kind of how it goes. I mean, even after I finish this video and have it completely laid out the way I think it should go now, I'll be adding to it and changing it anyway. That's just how it goes. I'll be getting more pedals and switching things in and out and rearranging as I go along, even after this video is posted. But yeah, we're going to rearrange it one more time for this video and try to get everything included the way I want in the loop switcher. And I think I might move this before the ARP87. I was going to try and do a kind of Devin Townsend type thing where he has delay, reverb, delay, I think. I remember seeing a video where he showed how he gets an effect for his clean sounds. But for my usual usage, I'm going to want it before the delay, to use it as like a second delay or a chorus or a phaser or flange or any other kind of effect. So, we'll get started on that. Okay, so I just have to build two long cables to go from this loop into the zoom, out of the Digitech back into the loop. That's not too big of a deal, it'll take a few minutes. But yeah, then we should be wired up correctly as such, and then I can do the power. Now that these are moved up here, I will actually need the top tempo, or want it, or whatever way you want to say it. And then the input of the zoom. And then the output of the Digitech reverb. Okay, so the next big job is to run the power cables, which is a pretty big job. So I need, well, I know I need the clean power for some of these now. So that and that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clean power to 5 of them from the Strymon OJ. This leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which is a bit much. The other. So we might rethink that. 1, 2, 3 clean power. That chain 1, 2, 3 off 1. Well, look, the main ones that I want clean power to are going to be this lad, and this lad, really. So maybe I'll just plug them in, and then everything else can get a daisy chain. Yeah. Do I even have all the cables I want? Right, there. I'll do the zoom first. That was easy. I think I might fast forward this because it's taking a while. Okay, so I think that is all wired up correctly now. So the only thing left to do is plug it in and cross my fingers. Here's hoping. The bottom is an absolute mess, but I can worry about looking at that later. Much later. Oh, that's everything on, everything powers on, so go team. Okay, so that is my new pedal board, all built and pretty looking. Could do some tidying at the back, and I'm planning on putting some LED strips on the bottom at some point whenever they get delivered. So, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content. Thank you.